I think we made it clear that Veterans Day is in November, and it is an awesome time to salute all of our brave and heroic veterans, combat veterans, stateside veterans. All veterans are honored on this day. So we have one last segment paying tribute to and saluting our brave veterans. On Saturday, June 14th, 2008, which was actually Flag Day, at the Woodridge Park District's Hawthorne Hill Woods and House in Woodridge, Illinois, the Woodridge Veterans of Foreign Wars Memorial Post 1578 was putting on its annual flag retirement ceremony. As more people proudly fly the American flag, a need to properly retire them appears. After flags have been flown over and over again, battling the elements such as rain, snow, hail, sleet, all these American flags that are proudly flying become worn, tattered, or even ripped. When this happens, you need to replace that flag. However, if you fly an American flag, then it is your civic duty to properly dispose of your flag with honor and dignity. You should never, never, ever, 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 ever throw out your American flag with the trash. Such an act is disrespectful and un-American. It sucks, dude. Don't do it. Throughout the year, people have had the chance to drop off their worn-out American flags to the Woodridge VFW. If your flag becomes unflyable, you can simply drop it off anytime, 24/7, anytime, day or night, at the Woodridge Police Department. Inside the police station is an old U.S. mailbox, beautifully decorated, and old flags can be placed in there. So the Woodridge VFW hosts a flag retirement ceremony in which they take all these flags from that mailbox and properly retire them. The process is this. The worn out flags are cut into two pieces. The blue and red stripes are separated. By doing this, the flag is no longer an American flag and just a piece of cloth, and thus can be burned. Flags were cut and put in the fire by members of Woodridge VFW Post 1578, family and friends of the post, some of America's finest firefighters hailing from the Lyle Woodridge Fire Protection District, and even members of the community just wanting to do their part as far as American pride and patriotism. The day started out with a short formal presentation, followed by all the flags being cut and then thrown into the fire, and thus these flags, these American flags, are properly retired. After all these flags are burned, the Woodridge VFW members will come back the next day and then bury the ashes from the flags. Well, we're back, and today we're at the Hawthorne Woods here in the house as we are having the Woodridge VFW's flag retirement ceremony. And with me today is Mr. Don Kirby, who is the Junior Vice Commander for Woodridge VFW Post 1578. And first of all, Don, tell us what was happening with this flag retirement ceremony.
Well, today is really, Mike, all about the honoring the flag, doing things properly. When flags are torn and tattered and faded, they need to be retired. We don't want folks to just throw them in the trash and those type of things. So we collect them at the police station in Woodridge. We have an old post office box. We used to put mail, now we put flags in there. And we collect the flags, and once a year here on Flag Day is when we have the retirement ceremony. We do it in the proper manner in which it was supposed to be done.
Right, and as we saw, it is a process. First of all, that the flag is actually cut, so the blue and the red and white parts are separated, so no longer is it a flag, and then it can be burned. And what's great is we had a lot of kids here helping, so it's great sense of patriotism, and it's kind of heartwarming knowing that the kids are definitely getting a good education about proper flag etiquette.
Yes, correct. Definitely that is a big part of it as well, is teaching the new generations, as you will, especially the Cub Scouts were here and such, and some grandchildren were here, post members, teaching them how the proper etiquette and the retirement of a flag is supposed to be done.
Right, as we see the fire now, it was just a situation that this is just a wood burning fire. You had some accelerant, and then all these flags are just set into the fire, and then they're just properly retired then.
That's correct. Once the flag is cut up, for those older flags, then it ceases to become a flag at that point. So burning it isn't any kind of a political issue or anything. It's just the proper way to retire the flag.
Right, as we saw, you got other different flags, but from what I understand is it's only the American flag that needs to be cut up and chopped up in proper respect. Other flags which you burn can be thrown in whole, like the Irish flag, which was saved, by the way. That was saved, but the Illinois flag and things like that.
That's correct, yeah. It is definitely all about the American flag. We do occasionally have others that end up in there. We even had a Colorado state flag in there, too, so... But it's all about doing things properly for what's supposed to be done.
Okay, and finally, we want to remind everyone that if their flag is getting tattered and worn, as you mentioned, that they can drop that off conveniently in Woodridge at the police department. And tell us more about that.
Yep, it's open 24/7. Just enter the front door of the police station in Woodridge over by the library, and you can't miss the box to set those flags into.
Okay, any final thoughts for us, Don?
No, definitely. Only thing I would say is on Flag Day and in all days that are accustomed, just display your flag proudly and display it properly.
For more information on the Woodridge VFW, please take note of your screen.